Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back with an Assassin's Creed Shadows video. Today I'm gonna do a commentary and I'm just gonna do a random, just random exploration and just talk about my impressions of the game. I now have 46 hours into the game, so I think I can give you guys a pretty good in-depth perspective on the game. So before I start, I know some people like to see this. Here we go. Let me show you the specs I'm playing it on. So right now I'm playing it on my ultra-wide gaming monitor, and I'm playing the game at the highest possible settings. You can see here 3440 by 1440p. I am using DLSS on, I have it on the quality mode, and I am using DLSS frame gen. And everything else is set to max ray tracing, uh, ultra high ray tracing, ultra high everything, and everything is on the highest settings possible. And this game is pretty demanding with these new settings. I'm using a 4080 Super on a Ryzen 7 PC build that I built myself this last October 2024. So without further ado, let's get started with the game. So guys, I built, not I built, I bought this game on launch day. I pre-ordered it. I wasn't sure if I was gonna pre-order it, but I watched a YouTuber that I follow buy the game. Not buy the game. He was showing some unseen footage that nobody had seen before, and from that, I decided, you know what? I love what I see. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go buy this game. And if you pre-ordered it like I did, it came with the free DLC and it came with the extra bonus mission. Now the DLC is not going to be out probably till later this year, but if you pre-ordered it, you get it for free. So that's what I did. Now let me give you guys a little bit of Assassin's Creed background history with me. Now,
This is a woman's hand. She cared greatly for the youngest siblings. They
now
must take after their mother.
I'm not going to say, I'm the only one who's done this, but I'm one of the very few people that I know of that has completely 100%ed, and I'm talking about every single trophy for the game and for the DLC. So I did it for Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and yes, even Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Every single trophies, there's 93 of them, and also Assassin's Creed Mirage. So I know a little something about Assassin's Creed games. I'm not a fan at all of the original Assassin's Creed games. I felt they were too linear or just focused too much on stealth. I rather, the change they made in Origins where they approach combat in various different ways. You don't have to just go in there with stealth. You can go in there with the bow, with an arrow, with a spear, with however you want to kill the enemy, however you want to kill everybody. You can go in there and do kind of what you want. Whereas in the original ones, I felt you were just guided by the stealth mission, and if you deviated from that, the game would reset you or whatever. So I didn't like those at all. Assassin's Creed Mirage, I hated that game. Right? I thought they went back to the old roots, so I did not enjoy the game. Although I did finish it, and I 100%ed it. I got all the trophies. I just didn't enjoy that game. So when this game came out and I heard about this game, I was very skeptical because I was like, well, are they going to keep the Mirage formula or are they going to go back to the Assassin's Creed games that I like, right? Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins. So when I got the game, I was pleasantly surprised that they went back to my type of Assassin's Creed, which is what you're seeing here, right? Huge open world action adventure RPG games, right? Now, this game is nowhere near the length of Valhalla from what I'm hearing, but it's in between Odyssey and Origins, right? So, me, I love. By the way,
This
I'm already
place is
max level in this
hostile.
game.
Best
I'm
to
just
go
trying to unlock
unnoticed.
my level 5 mastery now. If you played Assassin's Creed Shadows, you know what I mean. So right now I'm currently level 4 masteries. I'm trying to get to level 5. So,
Hearing something. Activity.
yeah, so I was pleasantly surprised and glad that they went back to the roots, right? Now, whether I was gonna like this game was gonna be was gonna be a whole different story. So when I started the game, I can tell you guys, usually I know right away if I like a game or not. I don't need to play the game for 10, 20 hours to decide if I like it. I know if I like a game within the first 5 minutes of controlling the character moving around. I know if I'm gonna love the game. And the moment I played this game, immediately I was like, oh my god, this is my game. I'm not playing Ghost of Tsushima for a long time until, you know what I mean? That was my impression, right? Now, keep in mind, I told you guys I have 100. I have actually literally 600 hours in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right? I've 100%ed it on PS5, and I was also in the process before this game came out of 100%ing it again on PC this time, right? But when this game came out, I decided to pause Valhalla and start this game. So when this game came out, my skills were really, in tune still. It wasn't like I was starting from scratch, right? I had all of my wits from Valhalla, so I had like all the buttons were similar. The only thing that was different is in this game, the dodge button is the circle. In Valhalla, it's a square button. So other than that, everything else was, fairly the same. So I was very, very um, peaked, if you want to call it that, peaked for performance when I started this game. So I wasn't starting off learning the buttons, learning the Assassin's Creed formula. I was tuned for it. So right away when I started playing this game, you start off playing the game as Yasuke. And keep in mind, for those of you who know, I got about 2,600 hours. 2,600 hours in Assassin's Creed, sorry, not Assassin's Creed, 2,600 hours in Ghost of Tsushima. Mainly Ghost of Tsushima Legends, the online aspect of it, right? Many guys know me from that game, and that's the game I've been playing the most, in my gaming career, if you want to call it a career. Okay, so and in my opinion, and I've said it before, like, I'm gonna be comparing the combat somewhat to Ghost of Tsushima Legends, but I still believe that in my mind, no video game will ever have combat as good as Ghost of Tsushima Legends, right? Keep in mind, I've also platinumed Ghost of Tsushima 3 times. I've platinumed it on PS5, PS4, and on PC. So I know a lot about Ghost of Tsushima too. And the reason I'm mentioning Ghost of Tsushima is because I know a lot of people have made reference comparing this game to Ghost of Tsushima. So I might, in this video, I might talk a little bit about, Ghost of Tsushima, because I'm going to be comparing it. Initially when I started playing the game, oh shit, I didn't see this guy. When I started playing this game, I got the wrong weapon on, that's what's happening. There we go. Yeah, so when I started playing this, before I started playing this game, I would watch videos of people talking about, comparing this game to Ghost of Tsushima, and I was like, you know what, to me, as a guy who has 2,600 hours in Ghost of Tsushima, it doesn't look or remind me of Ghost of Tsushima. The only thing that to me they had in common was that both games took place in Japan. But as far as the combat, I didn't really see Ghost of Tsushima in this game. I felt like this game, when I seen it, it looked more like it was like Valhalla. To be honest with you guys, it didn't look like Ghost of Tsushima. It looked more like it was like Valhalla, which to me was great, because that's what I wanted it to be like, right? Now, when I started playing the game, as soon as I started playing the game as Yasuke, that's the first character you started off with, I was like, oh my god, have they managed to pull off combat that is even better than Valhalla? Have they managed to make what was good in Valhalla just smoother now? Like, it almost felt like Jin-like. It felt like Jin Sake-like smoothness, right? When you play the Ghost of Tsushima campaign, you know that it's smooth, right? I mean, the combat is not as good as Legends, but in the campaign, Jin, the way you fight with him, it's smooth, right? Like everything is flow. It's not clunky, right? Valhalla, Assassin's Creed games, they can be slightly clunky, right? In the combat, because that's not their main, that's not their main forte, right? But this game, oh my god, I was like, this is not the Assassin's Creed that I know. This is everything better that I wanted from Assassin's Creed game. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was thoroughly impressed with it right off the bat, and that was just playing 5 minutes with Yasuke, right? And then eventually later on, shortly after, you take over and you start playing as Naoe, who I'm playing with now. And if you're wondering, between the two characters, I like Naoe better. My buddy, he's a huge Ghost of Tsushima player also. He got 5,000 hours in Ghost of Tsushima. And I told him, get this game. I think you're gonna like it. And he got it. And he tells me he loves this game. He loves it. He's playing as Yasuke because he's a samurai player. So he's playing as Yasuke. So he told me he loved the game too. He's in love with the game also. Now, I gotta kill one more of them. So, yeah, as soon as I started playing as Nawe, I was like, oh my God, the speed! They actually make her feel like a shinobi, right? They whatever they did it right. She feels like a shinobi. She runs around fast. They actually managed to distinguish the two different characters. Whereas usually in Assassin's Creed games, what happens is in Assassin's Creed games, usually you pick either as a man or a woman, but the story for either character is the same. There's no differentiating them in the story. Whereas in this game, both characters have their own story, their own. I guess I'm assuming gonna have their own outcomes because I haven't beat the game yet. But they both have their own story. They both have their own missions that you have to do. So I really like that. I like the fact that they also have their own leveling, like their own, skill tree, their own aspects. Nothing about them is the same. When you're playing as Yasuke, he's a strong, he can basically take out a group of people easily when you have him, leveled up the right way. Okay, there's the other one that I got to take out. He can easily take out an entire group himself. Whereas Nawe, she's more, stealth based, strategy. And then when you level her up, she can take out an entire fort by herself. So I like the fact that they made everything completely different between them. Graphics in the game, when I started playing the game right off the bat, when I started playing the game right off the bat, the first thing I noticed is like how good the graphics are, because keep in mind, like I said, I've been playing Valhalla a lot, and even before I started playing this game, I was into Valhalla. I was right, like hours before this game came out, I was playing Valhalla, just to keep my wits about me, right? So, and if you guys know, like Valhalla graphics are already insane, especially on PC. Now Valhalla doesn't have like all the bells and whistles like ray tracing. It doesn't allow frame generation. It's just basic stuff in Valhalla, and Valhalla looked insane already, right? Like I put Valhalla up there with some of my favorite games as far as graphics, right? When I started playing this game, and I cranked that sucker up knowing I got a 4080 Super, man, this game looked phenomenal, right? I don't know what it looks like on the PS5 or the PS5 Pro, because like I said, I don't play it on those anymore, and I'm playing this on ultra wide perspective. So ultra wide perspective, like if you guys are wondering, man, and I've said it before, once you go ultra wide, you don't go back. So I've been playing with ultra wide, so I've been what's the word? I've been pampered with the ultra wide life. So I just couldn't go back. On this game, they did a wonderful job with the game, especially in ultra wide mode. Looks phenomenal. The graphics, everything about this game, the landscaping, everything about this game, right, is phenomenal. Like I got nothing bad to say about this game, man. Like I'm thoroughly enjoying the game. Like literally, I put 23 hours into the game in the first 2 days that it came out. Like you don't do. The last time I did that shit was when I played Elden Ring and Ragnarok. Okay, I platinumed Ragnarok in 5 days. Like that's how much I like a game. That's how much I like a game when I put in hours like that. Like a lot of people talk about video games, but they don't really play video games. They play once in a while. Like since I was a kid, I'm a hardcore gamer. Okay, hardcore gamer, and I put in the hours in this game because I loved it. I genuinely would not do that if I didn't like this game. Also, another game that I was playing that that I thought was kind of boring. Like people were comparing this to also Rise of the Ronin. I put 20 hours into Rise of the Ronin before this game, and to me that game was mediocre. Graphics are meh, combat meh, this game is a million times better than that game. And like I said, this is coming from a guy who's been playing both, right? I didn't just play the game for 20 minutes and I'm giving you my opinion, right? I put 25 hours into the Rise of the Ronin, and now I got 46 hours into this game. Um, so everything about like look at like you guys are not going to see this on YouTube. Like YouTube is going to compress the shit out of this video. It's probably not even going to be ultra wide screen. You're not going to see the ray tracing, and like right now I'm 130 FPS. You guys are only going to see it 60 FPS on YouTube when I put this up there, right? So you're not seeing what I'm seeing to appreciate the game. You know what I mean? Let me go and get the chest that I unlocked. So keep that in mind also, right? Now, the characters, Yasuke, right? You don't really get to meet him until later on. In the beginning, he's just you just play with him a little bit, and you play with the girl for a while until you get to his part again, which can take a while. And that's another, let me get into that before. So when I started playing this game, I was telling my buddy I put like 40 hours into the game. 40 hours into the game playing just with Naoe, right? I was using the same formula that I used in Valhalla, Odyssey, and Mirage, whereas I go after the hardest camps right off the bat. I don't just play the story, the way it's designed. You just play, you continue in the easy levels. No, I play the game. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. I've always believed in Assassin's Creed games. You get better armor, better gear, better experience going after the hardest missions right away, and that's usually what I did. I went after the hardest missions right off the bat, and forgetting the story at all completely, right?
Shiro is angry with Taro because he disrespected Ichihime and Goro.
I was 40 hours into the game before I even used Yasuke, right? It wasn't until like yesterday evening that I told my buddy, you know what, I'm gonna start playing the mission to unlock Yasuke and see what, because I'm really trying to get her to level 5 rank, to unlock a skill, right? The rush assassination, and she got to be level 5. So some of those, so to get higher, I need to do Yasuke's missions, right? His knowledge missions, right? So I started playing with the samurai, and man, when I started to play with the samurai, I got a burp. Yeah, when I started to play with the samurai, I was like, man, I'm so far behind. So actually, when I was doing his missions, I had to actually start the game. So you're starting the game from the beginning, and what I realized is I was already like level 50 at that point in the game, level 50, and I'm doing like the beginner stuff that you're supposed to do, like when you're like level 5, like hour 5, So I was going through everything quickly, right? Because at this point, I was already level 60 with her. I was level 60 with her, and I had heard from some YouTubers, and this is how I think these people are wrong. They were like, if you start off the game with her and you play too much with her, when you go to the other character is going to be underpowered. No, it wasn't like that, right? When I started playing with Yasuke, it automatically made Yasuke the same level that she was. So since I was already level 60, it made Yasuke also level 60 right off the bat. Now, I didn't have any armor or any weapons for him, but he was, everything I collected from that point was going to be level 60. That's usually how Assassin's Creed games work, right? So all the gear I get from this point on is going to be like level 60 gear, level 58, 59, gear, because they try to keep that, that's the level you're at. And even the enemies now are going to be scaling to, whatever level that you are. So that's where I'm at right now. So try to get everything here. And keep in mind, I am playing right now to get the 100%, the platinum and the 100%, or on PC, the achievements. So when I started playing the game as Yasuke,
Someone! Be careful! Someone's here! Where is it? Shadow!
yeah, so when I started playing the game as Yasuke, I was impressed how they made him, like actually playing with him now when you get to control him. I was like, you know what, this is giving me a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima vibes, right? It's not exactly, I'm not gonna say it's like Ghost of Tsushima, right? But it was kind of giving me like, this game is playing proper. Like the combat is way smoother than any Assassin's Creed game that I've ever played, right? And I'm comparing it to Valhalla, Odyssey, and Mirage. Not Mirage, Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, right? And I was like, man, they did a phenomenal whatever engine they decided to use in this game. They need to keep it for the future games. You know, they need to keep it for the future games. Cause it's a game. I didn't see that. It's hard for me to play and talk in the same time. So yeah, I was like, they need to keep the formula of the game. Um, Whatever they did in this game, keep it. I like it, right? So I know that the game right now has a lot of controversy in the game right now, and people are saying the game is not authentic to Japan. There shouldn't be a black man as a samurai, yada yada yada. You know, they're comparing. You know, oh, Ghost of Tsushima is like is authentic. This game is not authentic. That's authentic. So that's why the game's getting a lot of hate. It's got a girl protagonist, whatever. Okay. Me, like I've said, I'm a gamer. I don't really give a crap about all that stuff. It's a video game. It's not supposed to be 100% accurate. Okay, it's a video game. It's supposed to take you away into a fantasy world, right? Valhalla is a Viking video game. Okay, about Vikings. Are you telling me Valhalla is 100% accurate to the Viking era? For God's sakes, at one point Eivor turns into a god, right? If you play the DLC Down to the Ragnarok, he turns into a damn god. You know what I mean? You know, same thing with like, okay, Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, it's a great game, but it's not 100% you know, authentic. There is a lot of fantasy in the game because, you know, it's gotta make sense as a video game, right? Right? It's like movies, man. You know, they're not all gonna be 100%. It's gotta make sense as a movie, or else it's not gonna be appealing. They're not making a documentary here. You know what I mean? So, you know, me playing this game, I was never concerned about those politics that people had. My only thing is the combat going to be better than Valhalla? That's the only. Let's be honest with you. That's the only thing that I cared about. Is this game going to be better than Valhalla? And I'll be honest with you guys, it has surpassed Valhalla in every way possible. Every way possible. Graphics, gameplay, combat, exploration. And when I say exploration, I mean the way they make you explore. Okay, the way they make you explore is what I love about this game so much, right? In Valhalla, okay, I'll admit there's a bunch of times where you're like, you know, you got to explore and do all these fish, like collect these different types of fish. So you're doing a lot of like useless exploration that has no reward, no purpose. Whereas in this game, you can't just get a shitload of mastery points and go and level your character up. You have to get to different level of rank before you can even utilize those mastery points, right? So they created a system where you have to, like right now, that's why I'm even going to these question marks, because I don't even know which question mark is the one that I need to get the mastery points. But the fact that they're giving me a reason where I'm not, see, okay, I'll give you another game. In Elden Ring, I was level 713 on my PC Elden Ring. I'm level 626 on my PS5 Elden Ring character. And you know how I got there? By spending 8 hours a day killing the same bird and the same group of enemies on the Mogwin Palace over and over and over, just because I want to get to a higher level for bragging rights, and also, you know, because it does make your character strong. So I was wasting a lot of time doing boring farming for nothing, right? This game, you're not doing that. You actually... Ooh, I wasn't even planning to kill that guy. That boss.
What does he seek amongst these burned
But
buildings?
they don't give you useless farming. Like the way you have to level up your character, you want to do it, right? You want to go find those hidden story. In this game, they're called knowledge quest, or you know, mastery knowledge, whatever you want to call it. You got to go and do that. There's some that you got to do with Yasuke, some you got to do with Naue. So when you're doing that, you're not spending, you know, 8 hours a day, you know, killing the damn bird on the Mogwin Palace over and over and over and over and over, right? To get, you know, to get ruins, right? To kill the guy. I mean, to level up, right? They're giving you a system that's being used to exploration to level up, and I really like that. See, like I'm looking forward to getting to these question marks because I don't know which is the one that I need right now to get to level 5, to unlock my level 5 skills, because I got a lot of mastery points, but I can't use them until I get to my level 5 now, right? And level 5 is already pretty high.
I will end you quickly.
So for level 5, I need to get 15 of those quests, right? So that's 15 secret missions that I have to find and do in order to unlock the level 5. So it's making it worth my while so that when I get to level 5, you know, it's going to be more rewarding than just grinding and, you know, killing the bird 15, a million times a day, right? So I really like that aspect about it. Now, as far as the characters themselves, when I played the story, I loved it. Like I loved the story of this game so far, man. I love everything about it. I liked, like, when I started playing as Yasuke and you do his story and you see how he became a samurai, how what's his name, Lord. I'm gonna botch his name, so I won't even say it. Obinaga, is that his name? How Lord Obinaga trained him, recruited him, and sent him to the school and said, you know, you got to learn how to become one of us. And then when he becomes one of them, he's like, you're no longer a black man. You are now a samurai. What is your name? And he goes, my name is Yasuke. Like, that shit almost brought a tear to my fucking eye. You know what I mean? That was like sick. You know? And then when you play as Naue, and then you play with her and you see her story, you're like, oh my god, incredible, man. Am I at the main mission?
Hey, why did you do that?
What am I doing again? I forgot. I lost track. Oh. It's hard. It's hard to play and keep focus of what I'm doing in the same time. Imperial Palace. Let me see if I'm supposed to kill these guys or what. No?
Quit it.
Yeah, so when I started playing with her, like, and I seen her story, I was like, man, this is phenomenal, man. I don't know what people are talking about, woke and all this female protagonist. I don't give, you know, like, and people compare it to Ghost of Tsushima, but for those of you guys who know, in Ghost of Tsushima Legends, the best character, if not one of the best characters in the game, is the girl, the hunter. She is the, you know what I mean? She is like the best character in the game. You know what I mean? Or one of the best characters in the game. So, you know, and she is actually the character that I put the most hours in. So I have no problems playing with the girls. I usually in video games I always play as the girl. And The Last of Us 2 is actually one of my favorite games of all time. And I love there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I love Ellie and Abby. Like I love those two characters. So, you know, I'm not one of these people who are like. You know, a crybaby because the character is a girl, right? Like I love the Forbidden West games, you know, I love the Tomb Raider games, so I'm a huge fan of this, you know, of playing as a female. That's not a problem with me, you know. So I was welcomed playing with Yasuke. Like I said, my main concern is this game gonna entice me as much as Odyssey has, and it surpassed it, right? And you know, when I played as Yasuke, like I was saying, like people are talking about he's the black man, he shouldn't be there. Man, who gives a fuck, man? To be honest with you guys, like I think, and now I see there's a huge fan base for Yasuke. So that goes to show you, like, you know, all this hate that people have, you know, and I'll be honest with you guys, the people that are talking to hate, have they even played the game, or have they only played like 20 minutes of the game, or they're just saying that, you know what I mean? Like if you play the game as Yasuke, right? You can't tell me you don't like that character. Like, he's sick, right? His whole story is sick, right? I love this story. I just prefer playing as her because she reminds me more of Eivor from Valhalla, right? She plays more like Eivor from Valhalla, so naturally, you know, I'm going to play like Eivor, right? I got to find 2 more scrolls to unlock this part. There's the second one. I'm just guessing where they are. They're hidden pretty good. So naturally, you know, she's more of my playstyle, so I'm gonna gravitate to her, right? But I still play as Yasuke because I got to do some missions as him, and maybe I'll change to him just now, because in this game you can actually switch between characters. Let me show you guys right now. You can actually switch between them, you know. Right here, I'll switch to him right now. You can actually switch to them on the fly. Let me take another sip of my coffee. And there's actually elements in this game that you can't even do in Ghost of Tsushima, like, you know, because I'm using Ghost of Tsushima because people are hard on this game comparing it to Ghost of Tsushima, right? He can go on the boat, man. You can go on the boat and ride the boat anywhere you want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, look at this. Look at the graphics, man. This is sick. Look at this. I would argue that this is just as good, if not slightly better looking than Ghost of Tsushima. And keep in mind, I got 2,600 hours. You know, if you're gonna argue with me, show me how many hours you got in Ghost of Tsushima. Right? Like, look at this. This is insane. Right? I even got the bow, man. I can look at. Let me see if I can do some bow cancel here. There's actually a bow that you can do the bow cancel with, man. One of the bows, but I'm not using it right now. Hold on, let me take off the bow. Let me take off the bow and put on his. I'll show you guys this mace that I unlocked with him the other day. Where is it? Right here. I'm not really playing as a samurai, so I'm not really like concerned about my build. Actually, you know what? Let me go back. But look at this. Let me see. Where is it? Like, look at this. Oh, not that one. Look at this. Sick. Okay, for this part, you know what? I'm going to go back to Yasuke because I need to find that final scroll. And she's much better than him at finding those scrolls because usually those scrolls are hidden in the sky, hidden on trees. So he's, you know, even though he can traverse, he can't traverse like her when it comes to like scaling buildings and stuff like that. Keep in mind, I also have her pretty far unlocked, so she can do a lot of stuff that he can't do. Yeah, so I loved Yasuke's story, man. I was like, it's incredible. And when they both meet for the first time, and that fight when she's about to kill Yasuke's master, I'm not going to give it away for those of you who haven't played it, but there's a crucial fight that she's going to do. There we go, I found it. And then she's about to give the death blow, and Yasuke, for the first time, that's when they first meet, steps in and stops her. And they start to fight each other, and you know they're about to kill each other, and Yasuke has her pinned and he's about to kill her, and then she takes out the blade from her hand, about to shove it in Yasuke's neck. And when he sees the blade, he's like, oh my god. He knew right away that he had to protect her. He knew that and you don't know what it is yet, the story, right? You just know that Yasuke all of a sudden now, he's mesmerized because he's seen the hidden blade for the first time. And usually in not Ghost of Tsushima, in Valhalla games, the one with the hidden blade is like the chosen one, right? So Yasuke, he knew that this girl was special because she had the hidden blade. So although his task was to kill her, he knew at this moment that he could no longer kill her, that he had to protect her or at least let her go. And from that point on, you know, they form an alliance. And when they form that alliance, you know, it's sick. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me unlock these teleport spots. And they unlock this. They form this alliance. I'm trying to get to the blue, so I'm trying to unlock everything I need to do before I can get to the blue. That's the actual mission that I'm actually doing. Let's go here and see what's this. Yeah, so they actually form an alliance. And they decide that, you know, we have a common enemy together. You know, it's better we work together kind of thing than against each other. So that's what they actually did. So now you can actually switch between them. Now keep in mind, I was supposed to do that like early in, like, you know, maybe like 2-3 hours into the game. I didn't do that until I was like 40 hours into the game, right? Because I just loved playing with her, and you know I was following my old Assassin's Creed formula, which is, you know, take out all the hardest camps. So I'm pretty sure when I start doing a lot of the story, like right now, I've already killed a lot of these bosses from before. You know, from doing it earlier. Like I started off when I was like level 5, I was taking out camps that were like level 29. You know, so I got like level 29, 31 gear, and I couldn't use it.
Stay safe is to stay hidden.
And I couldn't use it until I actually reached that level myself. You know, hard to keep, you know, concentration and playing this game at the same time and talking. Yeah, so that's when I quickly realized, you know what, I'm getting too overpowered, but I can't even use the stuff I'm getting yet. So I may as well do a little bit of, start doing some of the story instead of progressing too far, you know? So that's what I decided to do. So now I'm doing a lot more story stuff, you know, because there are some abilities that are only story related. Oof, smooth. No chance. And you can see she's pretty strong. Like the way I have her now, she's really strong in combat. Look at this.
You and mine.
Yeah, so overall, man, like I'm really impressed with this game, man. And you know, welcome addition that I like to this game that they added that, in the beginning it seemed a little confusing to me was this scouts. You have scouts in this game, right? So, and now that I've gotten used to the scouts and how to use them, I was like, man, it's actually a really cool concept, and I hope they keep it in for future Assassin's Creed games because the use of the scouts, essentially the scouts are, you can recruit them. I got like, I'll show you here. I got like in the bottom left there, you'll see scouts. So I got 6 of them right now. One of them is being used right now. What scouts are is that in this game, when you need, like, you got a hideout, just like Valhalla, you have a hideout, which is essentially your, she got lucky, which is essentially your home base in the game. And just like Valhalla, you got to level up your home base in order for you to be able to level up certain attributes on your character. So it's in your priority to level up your home base. Now Valhalla, I find was a lot more complicated to leveling up your home base versus here. Whereas in here you just need resources. Now those resources, in order to get them, you're gonna have to scout and explore various parts of the map. So you'll come across, like, I'm trying to see if I find one. You'll come across, like, when you're raiding castles and you're raiding forts, you're gonna come across like rooms that are locked and hidden, or you need a key to open them. And then when you look at that double assassination, awesome. And when you raid them, you're gonna realize, like, this is a, when you raid them, oh, he got me, huh?
You are the shadow of evil.
Ooh. When you raid them, you're gonna realize that you're gonna come across giant crates of resources that you can't take because they're too big for you to carry. So the only way for you to carry it is you're gonna have to assign your scouts to come and take them for you. I mean, it sounds weird when I'm saying it, but trust me, it works really well in the game. You have to assign these scouts to come and pick up these crates for you. So when you leave, these scouts will come later on and pick up these resources for you.
Huh? What could that be?
And in this game has like seasons, right? The seasons actually change in the game, and every time a season changes, your scouts will have all of the those items that you recruited, that you basically tagged. In this game, it's called tagged. All those resources you have tagged, your scouts will bring it back to your home base, so you'll have access to use them, right? You can also use the scouts depending on how much you've leveled them up to be able to find legendary items for you, which I have, right? So you can go and do those contracts to find legendary gear for you, and all that jazz, right? So like that's all part of the exploration that I really like that Valhalla didn't have, right? You're not just doing some mundane exploration for nothing, hoping to find the right stuff. You know what I mean? There's actually a way to actually simplify that, and that's with, having these scouts find it for you. I like to kill everybody, man, even the innocent. If she's working with them, she deserves to die too. That's how I see it. Alright, I think it's pretty cleared. Let's see here. But you know, the sun's still alive. Oh, he didn't die. Oh, I just unlocked that new ability. I forgot about that. Where my kunai now also stuns them. It doesn't just hit them. It stuns them too if they don't die. Oof. Ah, shit, I didn't want to do that. Oh, I still got him with the assassination. You can see, man, she's like, and I'm playing like right now, everybody's level 60. All the enemies are level 60, so they're really hard, much harder than, you know, normal right now. And she's clearing them out easily. Double assassination. Look at that shit. Let me see if anything else is in here. This is a low base anyways, nothing of real importance. Like these are resources, these are the little ones that she can take on her own. I'm trying to see if this base has any of the ones I'm talking about with that I would need the scouts for. It doesn't look like it though, this is a small little base. So they give you a reason to get the resources because you got to get the resources to level up your hideout, and the resources to level yourself up are completely different from the hideout resources. So that's a pretty cool thing, the way that they designed that, you know. So what else here? I know some people have said also that the game, you know, runs like crap on their system. You know, it doesn't run well. I can't, like I said, I can't speak how it runs on console. I haven't played it on console. My buddy's playing it on the PS5 Pro, and from what I know, he hasn't told me that it's running bad or whatever. So I'm assuming he's getting 60, 80 FPS. Something along those lines, maybe. You know, so I don't know. But for me, you guys can see on the left-hand side, I'm getting 143, 144 FPS, max settings, ultra high, ray tracing. You know, all the lighting is on ultra high. You know, so, you know, I mean, if you got a good video card, you're gonna get good performance. You know, if you got a mediocre video card, then you're gonna have to lower your settings. You know, it's just the way she goes. You know. This is gonna be a long video. Oh yeah, there we go. That's another one that I need. So all these orange markers that you're seeing there, these are what I need. I need 14 more of them to get to level 5, and then I can finally get the build that I want. What is this? Some kind of archery challenge. Let's see. Usually the archery is I got to do that with Yasuke. Let's see if I can do it with her. I got to ride the horse and do the. Okay, I did one of these before.
You offer Yabusame training here, or is this just a show of skill?
I offer a little instruction.
Hopefully it's easy.
Is the best training. But it is an impressive display of
This is one of the very few games too where you'll notice the cinematics are ultra wide. Right? Most games, the cinematics are not ultra wide. They stick to 16:9. So I really appreciate everything that. What did he say? I didn't pay attention.
The Yabusame challenge is for samurai only.
Okay, so I got to do this with Yasuke. So let me switch over to Yasuke. So I really appreciate that, you know, Ubisoft went the distance and they, you know, they made even the cinematics ultra wide. The only thing that's not ultra wide is when the seasons change. That's still 16:9. But everything else, beautiful.
Welcome to the Kyoto Yabusame Arena.
Alright, let me skip this.
Shoot the wooden targets on the left side.
I did one of these before and it was pretty easy. Hopefully this one's easy too. Look at him. Look at his face. He looks damn real,
I
man.
am ready.
I even like his voice, man. I like everything about this game, man. I'm serious. Maybe maybe it's because I'm a maybe you can say I'm a Ubisoft guy, and I like the Ubisoft games. So so you can argue that point. You know, I hope it's all on one side. Did I fuck around? It seems like that was too easy. Oh, 3 out of 3. Okay, good. I thought I was supposed to shoot some on the right side too, and I didn't see them. But you can say maybe, okay, this guy's a Ubisoft guy. He's played all the other ones. Naturally, he's gonna like it. Yeah, maybe you could say that, maybe. But I've also played a ton of Ghost of Tsushima, and I can say I love this game. You know. Now I'm not gonna say that this is, if you play Ghost of Tsushima and you want to get exactly Ghost of Tsushima feeling, this is gonna give it to you. I think no. I think this is a little bit different, right? But I think if you like action adventure, open world exploration games, I think you're gonna love this game. I think you're gonna love this game, right? There's nothing to hate about this game. I'm telling you, all the people who are hating on this game, I don't believe they've really played this game. Or they're just hating it because they're just hating on it because if you pay attention to video games, the trend right now is to hate every video game that comes out, right? If it's got a girl as a character in it, if it's got a girl even breathing in the game, we gotta hate it. That's how video games have become right now. That's why I don't really pay attention to any YouTubers, anybody like who usually have videos where this game is woke, that game is woke. I guarantee you, when when Ghost of Yotei comes out, and I've already told my friends this, I guarantee you when Yotei comes out, you're gonna hear the same people saying that that game is woke, and these are people that the Ghost of Tsushima Legends community it's a small community, but everybody knows each other, okay? Everybody knows each other, right? I'm sure there's going to be some people from that community watching this video. They know I'm legit when I talk about that game. I live that game, okay? So they all know, and I've told a lot of them that when that game comes out, everybody's going to say Yotei is woke because it has a female protagonist. But I guarantee you, not a single Ghost of Tsushima player, not a single player, and I know all the best players. I'm not gonna say I'm one of them, but I know I've played with a lot of them, and I know a lot of them. And I guarantee you, not a single one of them is going to complain. They're literally gonna play the game because they love Ghost of Tsushima and they want more Ghost of Tsushima. The people who are gonna complain are genuinely people who don't even play the game at all. They've played a very little of the game.
I'm glad
It's
to
good
have
to help
found
these
you
little
alive.
Samaritans because
Me
what they
too.
do is that they give
Let
you
me
a
repay your
they give
kindness.
you a secret on the map. These are the things that I'm gonna come and I'm gonna do later on in the game.
If you've heard anything of interest,
See?
I'd like to hear it.
So he's gonna put a marker on the map for me that's gonna permanently stay there. I like that. See, I like that. Valhalla didn't do that stuff like that. Actually, in Valhalla, you would have to meet a merchant and buy it from him. You would have to pay him like $200, and then he would tell you where legendary armor is on the map. But anyways, this is the first time I'm getting on a horse with her. You know what else? Look at this. I even like. See what I did there? I want to show you. I even added this little marker, right? It's gonna take me to where I want to go, right? You don't have to follow it, but I like that it's there. When I'm raiding castles, I like to use that marker because I know where I need to be going. Even though I'm necessarily not going there, it gives me a good guide on where I need to be, the general direction. So I like that, right? But anyways, yeah, so I guarantee you when Ghost of Yotei comes out, you're going to hear the same people hating on this game, the same people that's hating on every game pretty much, say that game is woke, that game is garbage, blah, 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 it's a female, blah, 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 blah. And like I said, if you play Ghost of Tsushima Legends, you know that the strongest character in the game is probably the hunter, which is the female, right? I could see if you want to argue with me, the samurai, in combat, but I think if you're playing for kills, the hunter wins, okay? But anyways, you're going to hear the same people complain just because it's a female. They won't even play the game. They're going to tell you not to play the game because it's a female protagonist, right? And I know a lot of people, they listen to that shit and they're like, okay, I'm not going to play it because for some reason they think if they play a game that has a female, in this one I got to find 4 lost pages. They think that if they play a game that has a girl in it, it makes them gay or something like that. You know what I mean? That's the trend of video gamers today. So I'll be honest with you guys. I prefer to play as a hot chick than a guy. Like, why wouldn't I not want to run around with some hot chick? Like Stellar Blade. When that comes on PC, I'm buying that game day one. And believe you me, the mods in that game is gonna be crazy. Now, do you think I want to be running around as a guy or a hot chick in Stellar Blade? Right? That's how I look at it, right? And I think most straight guys will tell you the same thing. They rather play as a hot chick than as a guy. But besides that factor, right? You know, people are complaining about the simplest, stupidest things in video games now. This is why I think video games have lost touch. People are mixing politics into video games instead of actually playing video games. You know what I mean? So I always tell my friends, I don't listen to anybody. I don't listen to anybody's advice on any video game unless they've platinumed the game and they got more than 80 hours, 90 hours in the game, and I know they've legitimately played it, right? I don't give a fuck about people who've like, okay, I got a free copy of the game and I've played the game for half an hour. Let me give you my honest opinion now, you know? You don't know shit about the game. What the hell do you know, right? You barely probably got past the prologue of the game when you're gonna give people advice, you know, about the game. No, I'm giving you guys advice on the game 46 hours in. Right? And I'm still having, and I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna tell you guys more when I'm 100%, because I'm 100% in this sucker, right? Right? Every Assassin's Creed that I've played, I've 100%ed it, right? So that's the plan, and trust me, I will 100% this game, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts again, and I guarantee you it's gonna be even better, like, you know, because every time I play this game, it just keeps getting better and better and better. Like I'm looking at the clock, right? I don't gotta go to work, I don't gotta do anything tomorrow, so I can stay up late, right? But I hate turning off the clock when I gotta go to bed, and you know, because I want to keep playing the game. That's how much I like the game, right? And like I said, a game hasn't done that for me in a long time, since Elden Ring and since Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok. Those were like the last two games that did that for me, when I, you know, like legitimately putting in 15-hour days. Yeah, and I'm a grown man. I'm 46 years old, pushing 47 in 3 months, putting in 47, you know, putting in 15-hour days, right? 20-year-olds ain't doing that shit. They can't keep up, right? But you're not gonna do that unless you like a game, right? Unless you like a game, okay? So my impressions of this game is, it's, you know, I love it. There's nothing. Look at the scenery. Like, you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing, but like, what's not to like about this game? If you love open world action adventure games, what are you not gonna love about this game, man? You know? You know, like, what's not to like about this game? Like, tell me, like, you know what I mean? Like, look at the way she moves around. It's sick. It's fluid, man, you know? I haven't even really gotten into combat because I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to unlock these, you know, my level 5 mastery. So these things are more like, you know, find these scrolls kind of things. Like, you know, like Gizen tells you, you know, find my lost scrolls in Ghost of Tsushima in the story mode. You know, so that's what I got to do. I got to find these damn lost scrolls here to unlock these things, right? I'll make another video, like, you know, because like I said, when I'm playing a video game like this game, and when I'm really playing the game, like right now I'm not really playing it. I'm just making the video, and I'm doing this like mindless little mission here. But when I'm playing the game, especially when I'm playing for the first time, I don't like to make videos because I like to be in the game, and I don't like to have to talk, and because I lose. You know, I lose focus on the game. I like to be 100% into the game. I don't even like having people call me. I turn my phone off. You know, I don't like to be around I don't even want my friends to come over when I'm playing the game. You know, like my buddy wants to come over and see it. I'm making excuses so he doesn't come. There we go. We found one. Because I'm into the game, and I don't want him to come here and say, yo, so what's this? What's this? Because he's going to like the game too, and he's going to want me to explain it to him, right? So, you know, I'll be like, yeah, come check me once I've beaten the game. You know? But and that's because I'm a gamer and I love playing video games at heart, right? Now, if I was playing a game I didn't give a fuck about, like, you know, Rise of the Ronin, then I'd be like, yeah, come through, no worries. You know, there's another one. You know, but when I really like a game, two things happen, man. I spend hours and hours, you know, playing the game, and I just, you know. And then I eventually I get eye strain, I get back pain, I get neck pain from playing the game so much. That's usually what happens, you know. I'm getting a little off topic here with the game, but look at the graphics. Like, look at this shit. Even the like praying to the shrine, all that shit. Like you know, and you know, going back to like to me, they did a great job with the Japanese, like, you know, like how the city looks, how the world looks. Like, you know, like you know, like It doesn't have to be exactly Japan. Like, it's a video game, man. It does not need to be like it's not a documentary. It's not the fucking, it's not the Last Samurai here with Tom Cruise. Even the Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. Although I love the movie, it's not 100% accurate. I'm sure. Like, you know what I mean. Nothing needs to be 100% accurate. It's fantasy, people. Stop falling into the into the propaganda about all this bullshit, man. You know. If you like video games, I'm telling you, you're gonna love this video game. There's nothing wrong with this game. It's amazing. Like, this is one of those games that I'm glad that I spent the money. I'm glad that I watched that YouTuber's video showing the 30 minutes of unseen footage that made me go out and get the game, right? Because like I said, the only reason that I didn't get this game right off the bat, pre-order it, like when the pre-order was first introduced, is because I was like, Assassin's Creed Mirage rubbed me the wrong way, so I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna wait and see. But luckily, I seen that footage, 30 minutes of unseen footage, from a guy's YouTube channel called Epic Plays. He showed this, and I was like, man, that's me right there, Valhalla, Odyssey. I gotta get it, and I went and I pre-ordered it, getting the DLC for free, and now I love it. Now I can't go back. Like now, like I can easily see myself in this game. Like, I don't know how long it is. They say it's between Odyssey and Origins. So I'm assuming I'm probably gonna have like 250 hours in this sucker. Something like that, something along those lines, right? And I'm gonna tell you, like, those are gonna be the easiest 200 hours that I've put in the game in a long time. Easy, right? Like, I put 300 hours in Elden Ring, and it felt like it was only 30 hours. That's how much you like a game. And if you've played Elden Ring and you're an Elden Ring lover, you know what I mean. I'm on my eighth playthrough in Elden Ring. That's how much I love it. And every time I play the game, it's like a brand new game. I'm planning to replay this game after on the hardest difficulty when I'm done. I usually do that on all the Assassin's Creed games, obviously except Valhalla. Valhalla didn't have a New Games Plus, but Valhalla on the PC, I'm actually replaying this game on the Berserker mode, which is the hardest mode. And I'm blowing through that Berserker mode, So, yeah, man. So, I think I'm going to end the video here because it's long. Maybe I'll make some more videos. I don't know. It depends if people really want to hear me babble about the game. But I figure, you know what? Everybody's talking about the game and they're talking about their own perception of the game. And I just wanted to give you guys my perception after really, like, let me show you the map so you know I'm not bullshitting you. Like look at what I've already explored, man. Like, look at this. The map is pretty much opened up almost. I'm going to go down here next. You can see, let me show you. Like right there, like I'm level 60, man. Like level 60. I've been playing the fuck out of the game, man. You know? Excuse my language, but that's how I talk naturally, when I'm a swearer. Sorry, I'm a swearer, But yeah, man, like I've putting in some serious hours into this game, man. I got now it's going to be about 47 hours. And the game only came out Thursday. Think about that, Thursday. It came out, and I had a little hiccup, and I couldn't play the game for 10 hours. I'm not going to talk about that maybe in another video, but for 10 hours on Thursday, I couldn't play the game, right? And then I fixed it, but so I lost 10 hours, or else it would have been like 56 hours already into the game, right? But yeah, I don't know. Depending if people like this video or even people even care about what I have to say, maybe I'll make more videos, or maybe I'll make gameplay videos, I'm not one of these guys who are going to make videos showing how to get this and get that. There's other people who do that, I just like to babble and give you my off-the-cuff thoughts about the game. Alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys in the next one.